It was 1 a.m., and my walls were shaking, not from an earthquake, not from a party gone wrong, from the exact same house next door, doing the exact same thing it had done every single night for months. I hadn't slept properly in weeks. My hands were shaking from exhaustion. And the worst part? Everyone I asked for help told me the same thing. There was nothing I could do. They were wrong. If you've ever felt completely powerless against someone who just wouldn't stop, someone the rules seemed to protect instead of punish, you're going to love this one. This is a story about noise, about being ignored by everyone who was supposed to help, and about one very petty, very satisfying solution. Like this video, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. I want you to picture the house next door to mine, nice enough from the outside, neat little yard, a driveway that somehow always had a different car parked in it. Every day, sometimes every few days, new faces, new coolers being carried in, new luggage being dragged out. That's because it wasn't really a home. It was a vacation rental, an illegal one. Not zoned for it, not licensed for it, but running anyway. Right in the middle of a quiet residential street, where regular people had regular jobs and regular alarm clocks set for 6 a.m. I found out fast that the owners weren't just breaking rental laws. They ran the place with a kind of confidence that only comes from believing nothing can touch you. Turns out they were part of a religious group in the area, the kind with a reputation for closing ranks and protecting their own no matter what. When I say no one would help me, I mean no one. Not the police, not the city, not even neighbors who quietly admitted the same thing was happening to them. So every few nights, a brand new batch of strangers would show up. And almost every time by 11 midnight, sometimes 1 in the morning, the walls would start shaking with music, shouting, screaming. The kind of noise that makes you sit up in bed with your heart pounding, wondering if someone's actually in danger. They weren't. They were just having the time of their lives. At my expense. At first I did everything right. I knocked on the door, politely, explained that I had work in the morning, that the noise carried straight through the walls, that 11 p.m. was the legal cutoff anyway, not just a courtesy. They nodded, apologized, turned the music down for maybe 20 minutes, then it crept right back up. I tried again. And again. New guests every time, same story every time. Oh, sorry, we didn't realize. We'll keep it down. They never did. I called the police more times than I can count. Officers would show up, knock, and leave. Nothing changed. I later learned that this family had a reputation, connections, influence, whatever you want to call it, that made official complaints evaporate before they went anywhere. I started keeping a log. Times, dates, decibel levels on an app on my phone. I filed noise complaints with the city. I looked up illegal rental ordinances and sent screenshots to code enforcement. Every path led to the same dead end. A shrug, a we'll look into it, and silence. Meanwhile, I wasn't sleeping. Not really. I'd lie there every night with my jaw clenched, waiting for the bass to start, for the screaming laughter, for whatever chaos that night's guests brought with them. My body started falling apart from it. I was getting sick more often. I couldn't focus at work. I'd catch myself standing in the kitchen in the middle of the day just staring at nothing, too exhausted to think straight. And the worst part wasn't even the noise. It was the helplessness. Every system that was supposed to protect me, the police, the city, basic decency, just didn't apply here. I was completely on my own. There's a specific moment I remember clearly. It was around midnight, and the noise next door had reached the point where I could feel the bass in my chest through the wall. I'd already called the police. They'd already come and gone with nothing to show for it. I was lying in bed staring at the ceiling, feeling something shift in me. I wasn't going to get justice through the normal channels. That much was obvious now. But I also wasn't going to hurt anyone or do anything illegal. That was a hard line for me. So the question became, what could I actually do? And then it hit me. If they wanted to blast noise into my life whenever they felt like it, with zero regard for anyone else on the street, well, I had a speaker too. I want to be clear, this wasn't about hurting anyone. It was about making them feel, just for one night, exactly what they'd been making me feel for months. I did some digging on the family who owned the place. Turned out they were vocally, aggressively homophobic, the kind of people who'd say something ugly about it in front of guests without a second thought. That gave me an idea. The next time a new group of guests pulled into that driveway, I got ready. I set up my Bluetooth speaker facing directly at their shared wall. I built a playlist. Not angry, not threatening, just deeply, deeply obnoxious. A porn soundtrack remix on loop. Toad's voice from Mario Kart looped for way too long. CPR training videos. And since I knew exactly which buttons would get under the owner's skin if they ever heard about it, a rotation of songs with titles like I'm Not Gay and Gay or European. Around 11 that night, right when their music kicked into high gear like always, I hit play. I turned it up loud enough to match what I'd been dealing with for months. Not louder. Just even, for the first time in a long time, I wasn't the only one lying awake wondering what was happening next door. I heard voices outside almost immediately, confused, annoyed. A few laughs. Honestly, from guests who probably thought it was funny. But underneath the amusement, I could hear exactly what I wanted to hear. Irritation. The unmistakable sound of someone else's night being ruined by noise they didn't choose and couldn't control. Their music actually got quieter that night. Not because they cared about me, because they were trying to figure out where this new noise was coming from and how to make it stop. It felt incredible. I'm not going to pretend this fixed everything. It probably didn't teach them a lasting lesson. Knowing people like that, they were probably back to full volume within a week. But that night, for the first time in months, I wasn't the only one lying awake, annoyed, wondering when it would stop. There's something deeply satisfying about a system failing you completely, and then finding one small harmless way to even the scales yourself. I didn't break any laws. I didn't hurt anyone. I just held up a mirror. Sometimes justice doesn't come from the police or the city, or anyone with actual power to fix things. Sometimes it comes from a Bluetooth speaker and a really well-curated playlist. It's petty. I'll fully admit that. But after months of feeling powerless, petty felt pretty great. If this story gave you a little bit of secondhand satisfaction, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. What's the most petty revenge you've ever pulled off? And if you want more stories like this one, subscribe because there are plenty more where that came from.